I got you. All right.
Oh no.
What's up, everyone? Fuck you. All right. This is what happens when you a rig. It's hard to be serious. All right. Cool. Snap out. All right. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another No Friend Left Behind podcast. Today, it's your boy Mario, and I got the guest like we had last week, which is Rig Productions.
What's up, guys? It's Rick with Rick Productions. We're here with another podcast.
Yes, sir. And today we got a good one, and it's why filmmakers are not succeeding. And it's a topic that I wanted to discuss. I hit up Rick on this because it's something that I went through and I saw, and I feel like it's something that a lot of creators need to hear. So if you're watching or hearing this, make sure you guys, literally dive into this video because it's going to be a good one today. So let's talk about it, bro. And, the conversation we had today on the phone, we didn't want to dive too much because we wanted to save it for this. But I'm going to get straight to the point on the story.
Okay.
So I had a videographer, and there's a lot of you videographers take notes. So I had a videographer about like a few months back. I reached out to him. I was like, hey, bro, like how much would it be for BTS? And he said right away, $500. The issue that I had with that was he was charging me that price, but then he posted just recently on his Instagram, he was working with artists for $300, film and edit. So what I'm trying to start with this podcast with for a lot of you creators is, how are you gonna charge an artist, a client, anybody $300 for film and edit, but you're gonna charge more money for a creator that you can network, collab, bring more income, overall make better videos? Like, why are you gonna make that mistake of doing that? Like, talk to me about that. Like, how do you see that? Because that kind of pissed me off in a way. I'm like, why would do that? Like, knowing where I'm at, like we could feed off each other, take a bag. I talked to you about, instead of making $500, why not make $10,000? Like they're looking at literally trying to make the most out of me, but I just didn't get that.
Well, it's a good topic, man, honestly, and this is going to be a good video for those of you who are just starting. When creators, directors, we need assistance on set, and it's a great opportunity for you guys to learn and just for you guys to get exposed. Even from where I'm at today, I take a couple gigs every now and then so I can learn from each other. It's like a learning opportunity. There's a difference between when us creators ask people like, hey, come through and we got you on exposure, and another difference between when they hit you up. Like if we put a listing out like, hey, like we need some assistance, inquire about the listing, talk about some details first, dive in. There's going to be, I feel like, a lot of tips in this video. And one of the tips I could give you guys is, at the end of the day, you guys got to be able to sell yourselves. Last time we talked about character and how character takes you a long way. If your work ethic isn't the best, then maybe you're a fucking cool guy, dude. It's like a job application. But once you start like finessing, don't get me wrong, every set has its budget too, right? Which is why I said you gotta dive in, you gotta ask about the details of the project. Maybe $500 is like perfect. Maybe some videographers pay more than that. But that's why instead of like talking price directly, you gotta at least start talking about the details of the project. But
and I'm okay with respecting someone's price, right?
Yeah.
If someone wants to charge me $500 for BTS, that's fine. But then don't go out there posting, I'm doing videos, music videos, for example, for $300 for video and editing. Like the thing that got me on that was, you're charging me more and you're doing that less. Now you're charging $300. You're working for free technically because you break down the hours. You got to prep your gear. You got to go shoot. You got to edit. You did all that for $300. You could have worked at McDonald's and probably made the same, if not more, with no stress. And it made no sense. Like, I think the biggest thing that gets me mad is too many creators want to do everything themselves. And every successful owner, bro, entrepreneur, filmmaker, bro, that's in like the one, any of the greats, Cole Bennett, there's a team, bro. I've never seen somebody do it themselves. And I feel like too many creators hold themselves back. They just think they can do it all. And I'm like, dog, I have never seen that. Like my biggest growth was when I had a team. My studios, they didn't get built myself. My career journey, like in filmmaking, it didn't just be where it's at today by myself. I had the help of Kevin. I had the help of, D, John. Now I got Edwin. Like, it's always been people. And of course, there's other people like Jay, other people that came into my life in this. But it's just crazy how creatives tend to not understand the most valuable thing you can do in this filmmaking journey is to network. And if you want to charge that, that's fine. But just don't go out there doing something stupid like charging less for a client but charging more for a creator, when that creator could bring more income. You know, it could bring more opportunities for you. I had a conversation recently with some one dude. I was gonna bring him in, but he couldn't make it. And he said one of his biggest clients came from showing up to a shoot to network. He got a client from them. That was a retainer. He was making, I think, $3,000 a month just off that client.
Wow. Okay.
And it came from just showing up, wanting to network with the person. And again, I'm not saying all creators out there got to do it for free. You know,
right.
You could get paid a little bit, but you can't look at the dollar. Sometimes it's look at the person. Where is he at? Is he higher than you? Is he better than you? Maybe he's the same skill set, but maybe you want to just, you know, it's good to like understand. Let's see how he does his shoots. How does he work around? Like things like that, I think it's very valuable. And I feel like people don't view the little things. They just think about the dollar. And if I'm gonna help him make money, why am I gonna charge a little bit when it's like stupid? Like that's what kind of.
Honestly, yeah, I just feel like where he went wrong is that he like kind of exposed himself. You know, at that point you probably felt like you said, like he was trying to finesse you, right? There's a video online I seen one time where the artist, the rapper, the singer, I like listening to his stuff, his dope stuff. He pulls up in his minivan and there's a kid trying to make an honest living, right? An honest living. And the kid was just like, the baby was like, how much for the whole box? And the kid, what he tried to do, because it was the baby, he tried to like oversell him on the candy box. He was like, give me $500.
I think I saw that one.
Yeah, you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So the baby was just like, hell no. And the baby tried to make it a lesson. Like, look, if you would have just came at me like any other normal person and told me how much you were selling your candies for, I would have bought the whole box. But now you coming at me, now that's disrespectful because I'm the baby. Now you're trying to overprice yourself, you know? So it's just like that's a lesson in itself right there.
Did he still buy the candy?
No, he didn't buy the candy, bro.
I respect that. Yeah, I respect
and his crew were like, all the comment section like, oh my God, it's just a boy trying to make an honest living, blah blah blah. And there's a difference between building there's a difference between building a business, building relationships. Then there's a difference between building a business and relationships versus hustling. The word hustle, it's like you're gonna feel like you got hustled, right? We're not just hustlers, we're like businessmen, right? Because a hustle is something that you do like to try to make a quick buck. That feels like a hustle. Like you just try to hustle me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to when you're new and upcoming on the game. The honest truth, I feel like, man, when you're at the bottom, because like, you know how you hear that there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, we used to go to like these little photographer meet and greet shoots.
Those are good times. Good times.
Yeah, we used to spend our time and stuff like that to go to these little meet and greet shoots. And like, honestly, you did network there, but there was only so much to network because it was just like freelancers.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, it's kind of like being at the very bottom. It's just like everybody's fighting over each other, trying to be the very best. I felt like
that was funny.
Dude, it felt like when me and you at some point were like, okay, this is fun, but our dreams are bigger, and it's just starting to feel like a high school. You start to get to know the people, and you start seeing the groups, you start seeing the drugs, you start seeing the girls that think they're the shit. I'm like, wait a minute, this feels like high school all over again.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? We're like, this is not our scene, and now it's like we're advancing, and the more you advance, it's just like the more you start surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And it sucks because if you're at the very bottom and you're trying to burn yourself out by jumping to the top and trying to finesse somebody that's like well known, it's like you're almost gonna blacklist yourself. And us creators, we spink amongst ourselves just as any people do. So can you imagine if Mario's like, hey bro, this guy came at me trying to finesse me, I don't like this guy, boom, you're blacklisted. There's only so many people that own studios in Los Angeles alone, you know. There's only so many people that it's like Hollywood, right? I feel like it's all like Hollywood. You go on YouTube and you kind of see, like, as much as they say that the market is saturated, you kind of almost always see the same people dominating the industry.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but like I said, you know, there's levels to it. Hollywood is something else. What we're doing is something different. But yeah, I think that's a good point right there too. Don't blacklist yourself. Yeah. Like, for example, this is one example that we kind of talked about, but this is different, but it still falls in the same category. Thomas Sawyer Productions. So I make a lot of money on my own personal shoots, and I told you that, right? Yeah. But when it comes to Thomas, sometimes he hits me up, hey bro, I have $300 for a Nike shoot, 3 hours. What do you think I do? I could say no, I have better things to do, but I do it, bro, because one is networking.
One is like, I want to show Thomas, like, I'm still the same humble person. I still want to help you out. It's about networking and growing, bro. Like, he's probably pocketing $200 out of me, right? Maybe he's making 500, but it's not, to me, it's not the money. It's more of like, I want to build with this guy. I want to build with that guy.
You
like,
guys have a good relationship going,
yeah,
right?
we have a great
so
relationship.
Check this out. This is probably the perfect example. How did you meet Thomas?
It was through that photo meetup.
Yeah.
From that time, yeah.
We all just came from that photo.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
evolved.
We evolved. Everyone, like, I feel like we found who was cool. Like, I feel like we found all of us. And then, like, we just kind of all bounced at the same time. That's what it was.
We just like, wait, this is not for it.
That's what it was. Like, man, what are we doing here? And we eventually we just started, like, onto our own.
It's like shooting the shit. Like,
I want people to understand, like, I make a lot per video. Yeah. But this does not mean, I still got to humble myself. And on top of that, I still understand the importance of networking. So if I got to make $3,000 on my job and then I can make $300, like, it's not about, oh, you know, he's only paying me $300. Nah, it's like, you know, I want to network. I just got paid by Patrick Presto, which he's in LA. He hired me to light up his video shoot, $300. And the reason why I work with him, bro, is one, he's like a good person, bro. It's like, for me, it's building with people, bro. It's not about, I need to get paid because I'm good at lighting. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. It's more of like, who's the person? Now, if it's a client, all that, I'm going to charge my price. But for creators, bro, it's really important.
With
like
each other, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a
like,
different story.
There's been a time, bro, when it was very slow for me. This was like probably 6 months. I'll take it 6 months back. Slow month, bro. My homie from WSS, which is Kike, brought me in on 6 events. Each event was $500. Okay. Make the math on that, right? And then on top of that, I had Thomas reach out for 2 shoots. Then I forgot who else reached out for like 2 weddings. So I made money of me not booking, but getting hired by other creatives. And that's the important thing. It's
all networking, huh?
Yeah, it's networking. Creatives think like, you know, I don't know what it is, that their ego or pride or like, maybe I don't want this creator to grow, so I'm gonna charge him more, because that's the stupidest mentality, because that creator could be the reason you succeed.
Well, creatives have to start collaborating with each other, you know, because when you meet different creatives and we're all good at something. And you got to find the point where you're good at, and you kind of just play that role and then develop that team. And then you guys will go so much farther than that. And I think you told me one time, you're like, hey man, like, why not just find what you're good at, join the team, and then you can probably get paid more than doing just what you're good at, that one aspect of the filmmaking, than doing the entire thing all by yourself at the end of the day, you know? And that's a good point. Everybody that wants to be a filmmaker wants to invest into like $3,000 cameras, get 3 of them, you know. It's just like, why not invest to what you're good at and then get with somebody and then kind of just like use each other in a way. I think that'd be good. Yeah, going like 50-50. It's kind of like, I bought 4 cameras, right, for my other podcast. Yeah. So 4 cameras, no. Right? I had to buy another freaking camera, right? Yeah. So another 3,000. I'm just like, dude, this shit don't stop. Like, I think I'm done, and then the idea comes up, and I go buy. But imagine if I had another creative, like, hey, bro, go borrow my camera. Like, just think of what I can offer them. It's like, all right, bro, you want to rent my lighting, or do you want to rent my studio, bro? I'm not gonna charge you. You can charge your client and make money off my studio. Yeah. But you gotta show me. It's like, I expect, if I'm gonna give someone something big that I own or I have, I'm willing to do it, but at the same time, you got to show me who you are as a person, not just trying to take advantage, you know? Like, maybe give me like 2 things, right? And then I can feed you back. But I'm not going to go 1 and all of a sudden you want my studio. Like, bro, this is a lot of money. I think, like, would you say, like you mentioned right now, would you say we need to treat other creators, like, handle that business different than you would handle with like a corporation, a client? Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's a little different, because we got to connect with each other in order to build something. It takes 5 creators, whatever, to make something come to life. I like to get like new creatives who are like hungry and ambitious, and like I like to network with them and kind of coach them and mentor them to grow. But what's funny, because what I've had happen before is like I'll mentor them. I'll be like, bro, set your price, you know, go out there and set your price. And then I'll hit them up next time and I'll be like, hey, yo, like, I need help on this gig. What's good? And then they'll hit me with like the price. And I'm just like, bro, what the hell happened? You know, he's just like, well, you told me to set my price. I'm like, yeah, like, but don't, you know, not to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I'm helping you out. Like, I'm giving you game. Like, you can't just turn around and like bite the person that's helping you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think we do need to come together and like unite more and start creating stuff. And I think podcasts are like also perfect opportunities to do that. Because what I learned, bro, is like, for me, I don't know, like you say you like to mentor. For me, bro, I like talented people.
So
You
when
like just talking.
so when I reach out to people, I expect if someone's hitting me up, if I say I need a lighting person, don't hit me up if your videos are like trash lit up. You know, like I expect it to see quality. If you expect to get paid, I don't mind paying you $750 or $600, whatever your rate is. Just I gotta see what your work is. If you're not an asset, like if you're not taking a stress away from a big part of the video, then you don't get that type of payment.
What's another tip you would give an audience on how you would approach a director, or how would you price yourself? What's another tip in the industry that you would help these young creators?
I mean, out to all creators, if you want to reach out to somebody that's above you, give them a reason why. Don't just look at it at your perspective, your side of as far as like what you're gonna benefit. Maybe tell what do you bring to the table? Do you have anything to let the person bring? Because like, there's people like me that I'm very small circle, bro, because I've been fucked over many times.
Yeah.
So for me to let someone in, bro, I'm very hard, bro.
You're talking about like business wise, you've been fucked
just
over?
In general,
just
bro.
in general,
like in general, I had people try to take
my
my clients. People fuck me over business wise where it took money. Like, bro, I have had the worst. So my circle's so small. So for me to let anyone just in, bro, if I don't know you or if someone doesn't know you from my circle, chances are you're not gonna book with me. Like, you really gotta give me a fucking solid, reason to freaking hire you, or maybe just come on set. I gotta get to know you. For example, I'll give you a good one. Someone not long ago reached out to me, right?
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I reached out to them and I was like, hey, bro, like, can you help me BTS? And same thing. Oh, bro, like, I think at that moment I have money, bro. But I told him I have $100. That's all the budget was. It's my budget. I could fucking do whatever I want. But for me was, I want to know who the person is before I even because I work so hard to be where I'm at that if I'm going to pay you $300, $500, $600, whatever your price is, I got to know who you are. I really want to know, are you like a really good person? Because I like loyal people around me. Yeah. So he hit me with, nah, bro, like I have this type of camera and like, this is my price starts. And for me, I was like, cool, all right, cool. But you just fucked up on the bag. I even told my boy Edwin, I was like, bro, like he didn't understand how much money I was gonna give him after this because I was missing a BTS.
I think they lose sight of the big picture, bro. I mean, over $100 is not worth it. I recently shot a wedding with Mario Visions for the first time after knowing him for so many years. Damn. We recently did a wedding together. That was fun. And I don't think not once, even where I'm at, because I value my time, right? I don't think not once that like, well, obviously at some point, but like I don't think I bugged them on like the price. I think that like on the actual day going in, I'm like, okay, well, how much are you paying me again? Yo,
I should tell you $20.
Dude, like the 2 days before, I was like, hey man, just for reference, how much again? Like, even if you would have been like $20 an hour, like I would have been like, fuck, I'm gonna take this hit because I know that Mario knows shit that I don't know, and vice versa. I'm gonna do this like this gig, and it's funny because even in my 9 to 5, right, like this is how much my time is valued. Like if I pick up one day, I find myself, I never do this, bro. One day I found myself picking up overtime at my job, right? My pops calls me on what's supposed to be my day off, and he's just like, hey, what are you doing right now? Like, why does it sound like you're at work? And I'm just like, yeah, because I am. I picked up some overtime. And he was just like, what are you doing? He's just like, what are you doing with yourself right now? Why are you like picking up overtime when you got better things to do right now? So it's just like we get it. You got to pick and choose. You got to value your time, bro. Like I'm at work picking up overtime, making good amount of money. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the bigger picture. It kind of goes back to like why work for a company when you could work for yourself? And it's just like people get too into that like saying and like, I gotta work myself, me. So it's just like when they look at people like Mario and I, like, oh, it's all about me. It's just like, no, like at the end of the day, it's helping you, And I don't think at the very least we're talking about payment, right? We're not talking about like these celebrities out here like exposure. I think that's a trigger word for me, bro.
That's a red flag.
I would rather like someone be like, let's collab than like, oh, like shoot for me, I'll give you exposure. Like what the
I take the word even collab, bro. So it just happened. It was an email I got yesterday, and it was a female artist. She was like, hey, I want to collaborate with you, this and that. So I kind of felt like a dick, bro. But I kind of phrased it with like, what do you mean collab? Like free? like
Like,
because bro, like I get a lot of those where like I want to collab. I'm like, how about like, hey, like I have a certain budget, like let me know what's your prices. But just the collaboration, I just get a lot of those. That I'm like, she responded with like, no, like pay like this. Like I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like I just get a lot of these that I just had to come at you front, like because I just want to know if you're not paying, it's just not worth my time. Like I'd rather do other things. But I felt like a dick. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like it's just, I get a lot of these, and like, you know, it's just the way I just kind of react. I don't like people trying to take advantage of people for free, you know, especially if it's a service you've been doing for a while. So I just thought of it, but nah, she meant to pay. So that was a funny one.
I feel like it's time for you to finally do what you were talking about for a minute now, the whole taco vendors and bringing creatives together. And I promise you, bro, and for something like that, and it's coming from me, bro, I would charge an entry fee. Like I would charge an entry fee, because at the end of the day, you're networking with like people.
Yeah.
And tacos, you know.
that's the main thing. It's the tacos.
You know.
I'm paying the taco man. Like
paying the taco man, bro.
Technically, y'all be paying the tacos. Y'all won't be paying the studio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, like we gotta like, you want something great, you gotta like put it together. You know, you gotta collab.
I've been wanting to do that, bro. I just I've been super kind of busy, like kind of like lost with everything I'm doing.
We gotta fire. I mean, we gotta fire. Oh shit. We gotta hire.
we gotta hire. Or
your guy in the back, like, we gotta hire.
Everyone's like, fuck.
He's just like, dude, what? No, we gotta hire an event coordinator.
I know, but
there you go.
Kind of following back to the whole thing, just to kind of like finish this, you know, conversation. I want all creators to understand, like, look, if you're good, this doesn't relate to you. Like if you're good, charge your price. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's at the same time, even if you're good, you can, you know, you're still cool to swallow it at times. For example, if Cole Bennett was to hit me up, or someone big was to hit me up and you know, hey Mario, like you want to do it? It's a shadow. I don't care about the price. It's Cole Bennett. I'm gonna learn something. I don't care where I'm at. You know, I'm gonna learn. Yeah. So no matter how good you are, there's still a time you gotta swallow. Now, if you're really talented and you're really skillful and like, you know, that person not really bringing too much, charge your price. I'm not saying like work for free or just work with all these creators. No, there's a balance. You just got to understand, self-aware, where you're at, what you lack. Do you bring anything to the table? All these things are really important that will help you connect with other creators. Because if not, it can break it. And like you say, you could get blacklisted or left on red, or, you know, because it's just, yeah, it's not something smart to do. Like understand when to price and when to try to lend a hand in the right way, or say, you know what, I'm not the best lighting guy. I have lights, but I'm not the best lighting guy, but I do know all these lights. So it's actually a good tip. If you're reaching out to me, hey Mario, like I know you wanted a gaffer, I don't know lights as much, but you know what, I do have all these lights, which is what you own and I know you do own, or just tell me the lights you own. I don't understand how, but you know, I'm willing to do it. You could pay me or maybe not, whatever, but I want to show you and also maybe learn a thing or two. Okay, that is gonna get my attention. I'm like, oh, okay, he knows a little about it. He's not asking for pay. Now, if I see him doing good, he's gonna get paid.
Right.
Now, if he's like really learning, then it's like, you know what, like I'm not gonna help you by paying you now, because that means you're not gonna have the work ethic. Like I want to show you, like, hey, you didn't get paid because you still got room to grow. But if he did good, I mean, you know, and he's hustling, like, he's gonna get paid. Cause like, hey, I respect that. Like you know, I value that.
There you guys, write it down, guys. There you guys go. 3 tips, right? 3 tips that Rick Productions has for you guys inquiring other people. 1, you must have a strong portfolio. 2, gear matters, but don't play like the name game with gear. You know, don't start saying this is what I got, you know, this is why my price is that. You got to approach us even more so like a regular client. I don't think we ever approach a wedding client and be like, hey, but I got 4 A7S3s. You know, don't talk about gear, talk about your portfolio. Your portfolio should speak for itself. Don't talk about the gear. Gear goes a long way, but don't talk about the gear. 3, my third and very most thing is, again, be a genuine person, be a cool guy, genuinely inquire, show genuine, like, and we can tell the difference between ass kissers and people who are being genuine. Hey man, I really like your work. You know, it's just like, show respect, really. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. And I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of like amazing projects coming soon for Mario Visions. I think he has a bag that he's waiting to unload soon, man. I don't know.
New studio.
I'm waiting for something big to happen, and it's gonna happen. And this guys like these need, you know, they need helpers all the time, bro. So
Yeah, I mean, and even the biggest people out there, they make mistakes. You know, kind of like a mistake that me and Rick, I kind of brought it up last time you were at my house. You know, I brought it up clearly. I was like, bro, like, you're in a stage where, okay, you're booking weddings, right?
Right.
I'm in a stage where I have many weddings. I shoot a lot of videos, right?
Yeah.
I was like, why aren't we hiring each other? And remember, I put that in perspective. Like, why? I was like, bro, you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. Why are we trying to, like, what is wrong? Like, and you know, we talked about it and everything. Like, we was just like a little off, but it was like, still, why aren't we hiring each other? We have a skill set. You know, like, if there's someone next to you or near you and you have a skill set, hire the person. Like, you know, instead of hiring someone, you gotta teach. So I'll tell you one thing. My girl told me this actually.
What's up? Yeah.
So
The
I told my
boss
girl, I was
lady,
like, oh fuck. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna get from Rick. Is he gonna be lost? Is he gonna
boss
be
lady, bro? Yeah, scared of DD
No,
down.
bro. She mentioned something really good, bro, that I think you'll take this as an advice. It's
Okay,
a really
yeah.
good one, bro. She told me, I think the reason why Rick was really good with your wedding compared to his wedding, because she sees like you kind of like, I don't know if it's the word paranoid. I don't know what's the right word to phrase it, but she said you do a little bit too much because like the people you have are not in that skill set. Like you're moving lights, you're doing this, you're doing that. Instead of hiring someone like I told you, someone like me, you don't have to worry about.
Like you're trying to be a Westbrook on the field, right? When it's just like other players.
Yeah, like I think like you need to learn how like sometimes it's okay to pay someone a little bit more, but understand it's a lot of pressure taken off of you.
Oh
so
yeah,
you just,
dude.
So you just chill, bro. You know, you're not stressing.
We're like chilling, bro. Like,
yeah, like I mean, we've bullshitted on my wedding. Like I didn't have, I
day.
didn't have to worry about anything.
No,
and
we
I
didn't,
think,
bro. I think the communication was awesome too, bro. I don't think I ever communicated like we did on the wedding set.
I don't think we communicated. You just did your shit. I did my shit.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, like every now and then, like little birds, you just hear 55K. Like, okay.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just like it was just like the quickest communication.
Yeah.
Yo, 55K ISO 1600. Okay. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, and that imagine like having someone that doesn't understand or he's learning and he's like, oh, white balance, and now he's taking forever to tweak this camera. And it's like, bro, like these are like this just standard things that you should just know as a filmmaker. So hiring the right people could just eliminate. Because like for weddings, I told you I hire nothing but great people because I'm not trying to do a second job. I'm paying them $50 the hour, which is to me in the filmmaking world, wedding wise, that's standard. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the world, $50 a lot. You could go work at any good job. You're not gonna start at 50. You might have to be not a doctor. You probably get more, but a nurse and then a high level nurse.
What's minimum wage right now? And you get fed.
Minimum wage right now, bro. Is
and
like,
you get fed in the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, because minimum wage I think $16, right? It's like $16.
So
$50
minimum wage right now.
$50, like, and you're not even editing, bro. You're just going up, filming, and you're going home. Like,
yeah, don't ruin these opportunities, guys. The money is out there, but you can't be stepping on toes to get to the bag. You know. You gotta help out a little bit.
Yeah,
but
so I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered on a good one.
Hopefully you guys took away something, like, you know, on the notepad. You know, first person to write down the first 5 tips on the comment section below wins a free podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Wins an entry to a free podcast.
You're telling them about a notepad. I'm like, we don't even have a notepad.
Nah, dude, I don't know.
Like,
it's all in here, bro. You already know.
Two idiots trying to make it happen, but
yeah, basically.
It works, but we got it done.
We're here somehow, bro.
Somehow. I don't know how we got it.
Yeah, we're here somehow.
I'm just thinking about the tacos. That's it. Like, as soon as you mentioned that, I kind of want to eat now, bro. But I'm going to go and chicken coop after this. But anyways, what's up? Oh, he said something. Anyways, guys, appreciate you. Again, yeah, like Rick said, if there's anything you guys want to say, anything you want to add on for the creators, leave it in the comments below. And pretty much it, you know. Catch you guys next time. Appreciate you guys for watching or listening. It's your boy Mario and Rick Productions. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you, guys.